Here's how to solo Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Shadows of Evil Easter egg in 2024. And yes, you heard that correctly. Alright, now in order to do this, you're going to absolutely need to own this game on Steam. And you then want to go to the Black Ops 3 workshop, which you can find by going to your library, clicking on the game, and scrolling over to the right. Once you're here, you want to then search for All Around, and then you want to download the All Around Enhancement April Fool's Day update, as well as the light version. Now, when you load up the game, you should see in the main menu, there's a mod section. You just want to open this and load up your mod. Now, I definitely recommend running the regular version of the mod. However, you can run the light version if you're worried about resources, as this one kind of removes some of the extra camos and stuff. However, once you've loaded up the mod, we can start with the gobble gun. Now, as always, I recommend grabbing Perkaholic and Shopping Free if you have it. You then want to bring in Raindrops, Fear and Headlights, which will be very useful for a later step. And then you really want to bring in Pop Shocks, which will be extremely clutch for a later step. As soon as you load in, you want to turn around and look between these two windows for a fumigator. If it's not there, then just turn around and check in the back of the truck. If it's not there, then just turn around and check on top of this box to the right of the pedestal. Now, for a really quick tip, once you have the fumigator, do not use it to harvest any pods around the map until I mention so. You'll need this for later. Alright, now turn around and head out the first gate, and then you want to grab your gobble gun, which ideally is going to be a Perkaholic or Shopping Free. Now, when you do get Shopping Free, I want you to look up in the sky and find out where your box is. You then want to open up the other two districts and make sure that you open up that district with the box last. Now, make sure that when you open up each district that you go to the back and open up the second door that will be in each location. Now, if at the end of all this you have enough time to hit the box, then please by all means do so. Alright, now that you have the map open, let's go head back to spawn. When you get here, just head into the back of the alleyway and interact with the purple flame. Now, you immediately want to turn around and zap this shock box on the wall. Then you want to turn and break the box in the back of the truck. You then want to keep going outside the gate and you want to shock this shock box on the crane. Then you turn around and look up and you should see a grapple point. Go ahead and grapple to this and it will take you up to Nero's apartment. You now want to run all the way through Nero's apartment until you get to the back where you should shock your final shock box. You then just want to jump over the staircase as it's opening and break open the door on your left and you should be good to go. Alright, now head back out of the alley and grab the glowing fountain pen that's on the ground. Now what's going to happen is this is going to spawn in two keepers. You can either take them out or completely ignore them and just run back through the alleyway, up those stairs and into Nero's apartment. Once you get in here, just interact with the altar to place that pen and then interact again to place the summoning key. Now all you have to do at this point is survive a small lockdown step with keepers, and then when you're done, just pick up the gate worm from the altar. Alright, now once you've grabbed the gate worm, you want to drop down and head over to the footlight district and interact with the purple flame here. You then want to head into the back alley, break open this door, turn around and head back to where the purple flame is and break open this box under the archway. You then want to turn around and look up and you should see a grapple point. Go ahead and grapple to this, turn around, zap the shock box to open up the staircase, and then head upstairs. Now what you want to do up here is zap the shock box next to the perk, then turn, head up the small ramp and jump over the gap, and you can now knock down this box. Now turn around and head over to the burlesque, and if you're fast enough, you should be able to shock the last shock box above the doorway. Now if you don't make this in time, simply just use another beast mode or go another round for another beast mode and try again. Alright, now you want to head back, and on your way you want to open up the portal inside the alleyway. You then want to pick up the toupee, and of course it's going to spawn in two more keepers. You either want to take them out or just ignore them and head over to the burlesque and interact with the altar. However, on your way out, make sure to check for a shield part located either directly across from the upstairs perk, against the balcony to the left of the upstairs perk, or on top of this bench to the right of the pack location. And once again, survive this lockdown and grab the second gate worm. Now, on the second one, when you finish this, it's going to spawn in a Margwa. However, if you're fast enough, you can shoot the Margwa in all three of his open mouths and he will be eliminated before he even takes a step. Now, when you do take him out, he's going to drop a heart, which you definitely want to pick up. If you don't pick it up, just keep an eye out for more Margwas and one will drop eventually. Alright, now at this point, you want to head up to the tram, call it in, and then ride it over to the Canal district. While you are riding the tram, I want you to keep looking out the left side. As soon as you see this window here, you want to pause the game and either take a screenshot or note down the symbol that you see. You then want to unpause and look out the right side for another symbol, which will be located in this giant circular opening. Alright, now once you're at the canals, you want to then run down and interact with this purple flame. You then want to drop down into the canals and break open this small box behind the grate, then turn left and break open this door before turning right and heading down the canals. Now when you get to the staircase, you want to look behind the staircase where you should see an opening in the wall. Go ahead and shock the shock box inside. You then want to head upstairs and break open the large box here, and then turn left, look up, and you should see the shock box on top of the staircase. You simply just want to jump and shock until you get this thing open. Now once all that is done, go ahead back down into the canals, grab your police badge, and head up into the Ruby Rabbit. Once again, survive another lockdown and grab your third gate worm. Now at this point, head out of the Ruby Rabbit and you want to go up towards the tram, but you want to stop and take a left through the gate. Now in this area, you should be able to find another shield part located either leaning against this window, leaning against the bridge railing, or leaning against this part of the wall towards the second staircase. Alright, now head back to the tram, and this time you want to take it to the waterfront district. Now as an added tip, if you happen to miss that second symbol from earlier, you will have another chance to see it right now by looking out the left. Now when you get to the end of the waterfront, you want to keep looking out the left side and you should find your third and final symbol in this far window. Alright, now once again, once you get to waterfront, you want to go and interact with the purple flame here. You then want to turn around and look up and grapple. Now turn and head to the far back of the building where you can break open another box. You then want to turn back around and on your way out, turn and zap this here perk machine. You then want to turn back around and zap the shock box at the top of the staircase before turning around and jumping over the balcony. And once you're down on the ground, you want to look up and grapple up to this balcony. You then want to knock down the box, drop down, and open up the door beneath you. Now at this point, if you have another beast mode, you then want to use that. If not, pass the round and you should then have another beast mode. Regardless, when you get back into beast mode, you just want to run all the way down to the waterfront, open open up the last door to the boxing ring. Now, you then just want to run back up, grab the belt, run back down to the boxing ring, and do your last lockdown step. Now, when you grab this last gate worm, another Margwa is going to spawn in. Just take them out. However, when you're done with that, you then want to head back up into that room that you just unlocked with the beast mode. Now, up here, you should find your third and final shield part, either located against the bridge railing, on the floor against the wall to your right when you enter, or in the back right corner of the room across from the statue that you just broke open. All right, now once you've grabbed that, you then want to just run back down, open up, and enter the portal in this area. Once you get inside the subway, you should see a couple keepers spawn in. Just take them out, and then you want to head to the back where you should see a bunch of glowing runes on a wall. You should see the wall start disintegrating and disappearing as soon as you walk up to it if you've done all the rituals, and then you can walk into the Pack-a-Punch room. Now, once you're inside the Pack-a-Punch room, you then want to just go around to the 4 corners of the room and interact with each pedestal and place your gate worm. Once you've placed all 4 gate worms, you're going to have a small lockdown step to complete, and then you've now unlocked the Pack-a-Punch machine. All right, now at this point, you want to head back to the subway and interact with the purple flame that's in here. All right, you now want to turn right, and you should see a wall with a bunch of glowing symbols on them. You now need to zap those 3 symbols that you got from riding the tram, and it should open up. You then want to turn around and break this box behind you, revealing another statue. All right, now turn around, and you want to zap the box next to the Widow's Wine machine. You then want to head up the stairs and zap the shock box for the perk and the one that will open up the door. Now, if you have enough time, you want to head out the door and zap the perk that will be up the stairs. All right, now head back down and grab an egg from that small area you just opened. You then want to turn around and place the egg inside of the statue. All right, now at this point, you will need to eliminate zombies in front of this statue until that egg starts to glow, where you can then pick it up. Now, keep in mind, during this step, specials like the meatballs or the parasites do not count and will not be absorbed. All right, now once you have your egg, you want to then enter one of the 3 glowing portals around you, which the order doesn't really matter. However, for the sake of this video, I'll just show you guys the order that I take. So looking straight at the statue, you want to then turn right and head through this portal. Once you're here, you want to head under the archway, insert your egg, and then once again, just fill this one up. And once this is done, you want to pick up the egg, but don't head back through the portal yet. You want to head back up into the next area and head up towards the tram, but take your left and head onto the balcony. Once you're here, you should be able to build the shield on this crafting table. All right, now once you have your shield, you want to head back through that portal into the subway. Once you're here, you want to head through the portal to the right of the Widow's Wine machine. When you get here, your statue is going to be waiting for you up the stairs at the end of the canal and tucked behind the stairs going into the Ruby Rabbit. Now, once this one's done, go ahead and grab your egg and this time head back into the portal. Now, for the final one, you just want to head up the stairs and head into the 3rd and final portal. Once you're here, just go ahead up the stairs and into the back room, insert that egg into the statue, and fill it up one more time. And once the egg is done, you should see that it's glowing and you can see a sort of embryo inside of it. Go ahead and pick up the egg and head back through the portal. Now, once you get here, you want to head back to where you got that egg from, replace it, and grab your sword. All right, now it is at this point that you want to go to the altar that represents your character. So for Jackie Vincent, this would be the Ruby Rabbit. For Floyd Campbell, you want to go to the boxing gym. For Jessica Rose, it would be the burlesque. And for Nero Blackstone, it would be his house in the spawn area. Now, once you're at your character's specific altar, you then want to interact with the keeper that's floating above it to grab your arch ovum. Now, it is at this point that you'll need to go around to each district and do a Margwa ritual. Now, for this step, you will for sure need to get the Pop Shocks Gobblegum from the Gobblegum machine. Now, the order of this does not necessarily matter. It will always start different for you depending on which character you are. So for this video, we're just going to go ahead and start with Jackie Vincent over at the Ruby Rabbit. And once you get here, you just want to interact with the red circle that will be outside the entrance of the Ruby Rabbit. Now, what's going to happen when you interact with that circle is it's going to spawn in 1 to 3 Margwas, and you just want to take these guys out. Now, the trick here, of course, is to melee these Margwas while you have Pop Shocks, and it will instantly eliminate any Margwa. On top of this, another pro tip is if you manage to gather all the Margwas into a close proximity of one another and you melee one, they will all be eliminated instantly at the same time. Now, once you take down your Margwas, it's going to end this step, and you want to then head over to the Footlight District. Now, once you get here, you want to progress the round as you cannot start another ritual on the same round, and then just interact with the red circle in front of the burlesque. Once you're done with that, you want to head over to Waterfront, pass the round, and interact with the red circle in front of the boxing ring. All right, now finally, you want to head up to the junction in the middle of the map, and the final circle will be in front of the gate that you opened to get out of the spawn room. Now, if at any point during these steps you happen to go down, what's going to happen is those Margwas will be eliminated immediately, and you'll just have to get up and interact with that circle and start it again. However, once you finished all 4 of those rituals, you want to then head back to your character-specific altar and give that keeper your sword. After a couple seconds, he will give back your sword, and it is now upgraded. All right, now at this point is where I highly recommend that you build the Apothican Servant if you have not already. So at this point, you should have the Margwa heart. If not, you want to make this a priority. Also, by now, you should have noticed that around the map are these pods that I told you not to harvest. If you've left them alone, by now you should see a bunch of them have turned purple. Now, all you want to do at this point is simply harvest as many purple pods as you can until one of them drops the Margwa tentacle. Now, for the final part, you want to eliminate meatballs and parasites until one of them drops the Xenomatter, which admittedly to me is one of the worst parts of this Easter egg, as sometimes it feels like the Xenomatter just does not want to drop. However, once you get all 3 parts, you just want to craft this Apothican Servant at the bench in front of the Ruby Rabbit. Now, really quick, I wanted to say that since you do have the all-around enhancement mod, you technically can Pack-a-Punch the Apothican Servant. This is due to the fact that the mod basically replaces the cut ability to do so. However, I recommend not doing this as it is a bit overpowered. However, the option is there for you if you want. Now, technically, you're good to go. However, if you want to maximize your chances, I do also recommend trying to get the little Arnies from the box as well. However, However, once you are ready, you want to then head back to Nero's house and spawn. When you get here, just simply interact with this book you see on the ground and it should start floating into the air. Next, you just want to head back down into the underground subway. When you get here, you should see a flag is waiting for you at the bottom. Now go ahead and grab this, but keep in mind when you do, it's going to despawn all the zombies around you and it's going to start spawning in an onslaught of meatballs and parasites. Now, once again, you're going to need to head around to each district one more time. So again, let's start with the portal to the right of the apothican statue. Now, once you're here, you just want to head to the front of the district where you should see lightning striking the ground. Simply interact to place your flag down, and you'll now need to protect the flag from the meatballs, the parasites, and an occasional Shadowman. Now, when the Shadowman does show up, all you do is shoot him and he should disappear. If you don't take him or the meatballs or parasites out fast enough, they will do enough damage to the flag that it will break. If it does break, all you do is head back down into the subway and grab another flag and restart. Now, a pro tip for this is if you grab the Fear in Headlights Gobblegum, you can just stand back somewhere in a corner, stare at the flag, and you shouldn't have to move at all except for the occasional Shadowman, which is easy to take out. Now, after about 30 seconds, you should hear a ding. You then want to pick up the flag and head deeper into the district and find the second lightning bolt. Once again, interact with the lightning bolt and repeat the step as you just did before. This time when you hear the ding, you want to pick up the flag and head to the ritual spot. As soon as you get close enough to the keeper, that flag is going to get taken from you and placed in front of the keeper, and you now are good to go on to the next one. Alright, now when you're done with that, you want to head back to the subway and end the round. You should then see another flag spawn in. Just pick this up and go head through the portal near the Widow's Wine. Now when you're done with this, simply head back through the portal and into the subway and then end the round. Now on another round, you just want to pick up another flag and you need to repeat this step for the other two districts. Simply teleport to each district, go to the front and interact with the lightning bolt, then go to the back and interact with the lightning bolt, and then take the flag to the altar. Now when you're done with all three districts, you want to head back and grab another flag, and this fourth and final one will take place up in the junction area. Now keep in mind that with each step, the Shadowman's going to start moving around and attacking faster and faster, so just keep an eye out for him. Alright, now once you finished all four of those rituals, you are now ready for the boss fight. So at this point, I recommend getting any perks that you might need, getting a brand new shield, and grabbing the Raindrops Gobblegum if you can. When you're ready, head down to the Pack-a-Punch and you should see 4 keepers around all 4 of those pedestals in each corner. All you need to do at this point is interact with one of the keepers and it will start the boss fight. What's going to happen is all 4 of these keepers are going to start lasering the Shadowman's shield and it will break the bubble around him. You then need to keep hitting the Shadowman until he moves around the room and positions himself above the altar in the front. As soon as he is above the altar, you want to interact with the altar and it will capture him inside of the summoning key, and you've now completed the boss fight. Alright, now it is at this point that you would need 4 players to continue the Easter egg. However, you have the all-around enhancement mod, so you don't need to worry about that. So let's go ahead and head up to the junction. Now, once you get here, you should see 3 keepers are floating around the center. You should also see in the middle above them is a giant gateworm. Alright, now what you want to do at this point is head over to the Footlight District and eliminate Margos until you have a beast mode available. You then want to use beast mode, head up to the tram and shock this box as you see me shocking. You then want to head all the way over to the tram located in the Waterfront District and shock this box you see me shocking. Then finally head all the way over to the Canal District and shock this box you see me shocking. And then at this point, you want to return back to human form. Now, you want to eliminate another Margwa so that you have another beast mode ready. Now, as quick as you can, you want to head up to the tram, call it in, head back down, and grab beast mode. You then want to run all the way back to junction and hop over this railing as you see me doing. If done correctly, the tram is going to pass through the center area and it's going to make that large gateworm explode. You now want to shock all 3 keepers. If done correctly, all 3 of these keepers will now start to laser the apothican in the sky. And congratulations, you've now just soloed the Shadows of Evil Easter egg. Now, that is going to be it on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please drop down there and hit that like button. Drop down in the comments and let me know how excited you are for Black Ops 6 Easter eggs. And don't forget to follow me so you guys don't miss out on any upcoming zombies content for whatever game it might be. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys around.